of the Mountain is upon us, and that means I wanted to bring you a list of some of my favorite cards that I'm looking forward to playing in this expansion, because you all keep asking me, so I figured this would be easier than repeating myself 38,000 times. Okay, let's kick this whole thing off with my top 3 favorite champions of the set, and in third place we have Lulu. Lulu is a 3-mana, 2/3 Ionia champion that is support. My supported ally grows up to 4/4 this round, and her level up clause is our allies have been supported 3+ times. When she levels up, she's a 3-mana, 3/4. Round start, you create a fleeting help picks in hand, and her supported ally grows to 5/5 when you support. Help Picks is a 1-mana burst spell that you can either give an ally barrier or an enemy vulnerable this round, but you can't cast it in combat or in response to a spell. This card has a lot of value. It's very cool, and I think it wants to be built around in a very specific type of deck. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be building this with Teemo, and I'm going to be building this with Fizz, to no one's surprise. So Lulu is very cool. Not only is she making your lesser units into bigger units, but if you can level her up, the Help Picks is very cool. It's situational. You can kind of decide how you want to use it. Vulnerable is strong, but as is Barrier. It lets you, get into attack with things that might usually you don't want them to die. And she's awesome. I think if played in an aggressive deck, because you want a lot of lower cost followers, lesser statted followers that can benefit from her buffing them. She can be quite sweet and can give a lot of value. I mean, if you look at her as a 3/4 that gives something, +4/+4 kind of, she's sweet. I'm excited to be brewing with this. I like champions that require you to actually build the deck around them, and you can't just slot them in anything and they'd be good. I'm looking at you, Vi. So I'm very excited for this card. So it's in my third place. Didn't quite make it into my top 2. All right, number 2, and a card I'm very, very excited for, is Nocturne. He is a 4-mana, 5/3 fearsome with a wall of text. So he has Nightfall. You grant an enemy vulnerable, which is a permanent effect, and you give enemies -1 attack this round. His level up ability is you've attacked with 5+ Nightfall allies, and when he levels up, he becomes a 6/4 with fearsome, and all allies have fearsome. Now, what's really sweet is whenever you play a unit, you give enemies -1/-0 this round. So he kind of has like the Terror of the Tides effect where you reduce the power of everything on the opposing board, which works really, really well with fearsome because if they have too low of power, they can't block. So you can make all of your team essentially unblockable if you have enough units. He's very aggressively statted. And he's just really, really, really cool. I love the ability he has when he's leveled up where you can weaken your opponent's board. I think it's very, very sweet. And yeah, he's strong. He's got the Sejuani effect where he's making things vulnerable. And I love the card. I absolutely love it. Nightfall is a mechanic that I personally really like. Not just because it's spooky and in Shadow Isles, although it's pretty sweet, but it's just really cool. The Nightfall cards themselves are also all cards that I'm excited to be playing, so it fits in really well with this, and I am excited for some spooky Nocturne action. And my favorite champion of the set, and probably the game, to no one's surprise, is Big Daddy Aurelion Soul, the gigantic dragon. 10 mana, 10/10. He's got Fury, he's got Spell Shield, he's got Play, invoke a Celestial card that costs 7 or more. At the round start, you create a random Celestial in hand, and to level him up, at the end of the round, if your allies have 20+ total power, he becomes the insane bomb that he is, turning into an 11/11 that has Play, invoke a Celestial card that costs 7 or more. Round start, create a random Celestial card in hand, and he makes all your Celestial cards cost 0. No mana, nothing at all. Imagine spending mana on cards in Call of the Mountain. Who wants to do that? Not me. I love this card so much, and not only just because I'm obsessed with dragons, which I totally am, but he's so sweet. All the stuff he does is awesome. The Celestials in this set are just fantastic. You get a little bit of randomness, and I like not paying mana for things. I'm a big fan of not paying mana for things. I'm sure you've seen that with all of my smooth soloist decks, This card is going to be sweet. There's a lot of awesome ways to build it. I've theory crafted some sweet ideas. I'm very excited to play him with Thresh, because how cool is it if you also don't have to pay the mana cost on Aurelion Soul? Imagine spending mana in Call of the Mountain. Not something I want to do, and that's why Aurelion Soul is my favorite champion in the set. Might be my favorite card in the game. We will see. It definitely is, though. All right, so this list is in no actual specific order, because what is better than a top 5 list than one that has no specific order? Anyway, so this card I am very excited about. It is the Lunari Dustbringer. She is a 1-mana 2/1, and when she's summoned, she creates a Dusk Petal Dust in hand. That's hard to say, Dusk Petal Dust. The Dusk Petal Dust is why this card I think is very sweet and something that I'm excited about. And it is a 1-mana burst spell that says the next unit with Nightfall that you play this round costs 1 less. So this essentially lets you get your Nightfall effect, since Nightfall has to be not the first card you play. But it also lets you sink your spell mana into your unit cost to make them cheaper, which I think is very, very strong and very sweet. The card's stats herself are good. 1-mana 2/1. A lot of the Nightfall decks are going to be pretty aggressive anyways, so it gets you your early aggression that you're looking for. And it's just sweet. A lot of value, utility, and I am very excited for this. Powerful 1-drops, sign me up. This next card I'm excited for is Pale Cascade, a 2-mana burst spell that says give an ally +2/+1 this round, but it also has Nightfall, draw 1. Card draw is good. Cheap card draw is good, but this also gives your units a buff while cycling itself, and it has Nightfall, which is really sweet. This is going to be super sick in any sort of aggressive Nightfall deck. Being able to add more aggression early on at burst speed that also cycles itself is just, it's awesome. It's everything that you're really wanting in an aggressive Nightfall deck. I love this card. I am super excited for it. I think it's quite good. And you should too. All right, next up we have a Shadow Isles spell. It is Stalking Shadows. So this is a 2-mana burst spell, and it's very wordy, but it's pick a follower from the top 4 cards in your deck. You draw it, you shuffle the rest into your deck, and then you create an ephemeral copy in your hand. This is really cool. It allows you to choose between cards, so if you have situational cards, some things may be better than others. You get an extra copy of it, and ephemerals could matter in the deck you're playing. So it's card advantage, it's card selection. It's really, really awesome. There could be an ephemerals matter theme in this set. We're seeing a lot of support for it, so that could matter, but it's just extra cards, and it's like selected card draw. It's like selective card draw. It's like selective card draw. You can kind of choose what card you're drawing, and it's just sweet. It's a lot of value, and I like it. Next up, we have a pretty sweet card that I think some people have overlooked the wording on, and it's the Giddy Sparkleologist, which is an amazing career choice for anyone looking into getting into Sparkleology. It is a 3-mana 2/2 that says, play, if you behold a Celestial card, grant an ally +1/+1 in Spell Shield. That is a permanent buff. You're giving something +1/+1, and you're giving it Spell Shield. This is really strong. Spell Shield could be quite good, especially if something you want to keep alive. And it comes with a body as well. If this was just a spell, it wouldn't be quite as good, but it's, a body that gives a really strong effect. I think this card is quite good. I think it's pretty strong, and, it's pretty sweet. Next, we have the Avarosian Hearthguard of the set in the Moondreamer. It is a 5-mana 3/5, and it is play Invoke. So this card is really sweet. It's a lot of value. It's a good invoking follower, and it's a pretty good statted follower. I wish it was a 5/5. That would make me happy. But the card is really sweet. I really like this. I think a lot of people are... I think it's fairly unassuming, just because it's, a 5-mana 3/5, but Invoke could be pretty powerful, and there's no clause that needs to be happening with this card. It's just you play it, you invoke, and you can get some of the invoke cards. Some of the cards you can invoke to are very powerful, so on average, this is going to be pretty good. I like this card a lot. Yeah, so you should too. And last but not least, we have my favorite card of the entire set, all of the dragons. Dragons are amazing. They're super great. I've got one sitting right here with me. He hangs out and goes on adventures with me all the time. Dragons are the best. when I found out we were getting dragons in Legends of Runeterra, I got more excited than I should. They're the best tribe in any game ever. We get sweet dragons, and they're all amazing. They're all perfect, and none of them are bad. That's all I'm saying about the dragons. All right, so those are my favorite cards, the cards I'm looking forward to, the ones I'm most excited for in Call of the Mountain. Let me know in the comments what your favorite cards are. Post down what you think is good. If you disagree with me, you're wrong, so don't even put those because you're just not right. But if there's other cards you're excited for, let me know why, because I like interacting with you and chatting. It makes my little heart happy. Thank you for watching this. You are amazing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And until next time, you stay saucy. We just War Mothers, right? That's got to be the play. That's always the play. We could get the 6/6 elusive, right? No concerted strike? No single combat? He's played a lot of them. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw, it would mean a ton if you would hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification to be notified when I post some videos, share this with your friends, all that kind of stuff. You're amazing. I love you. And until next time, you stay saucy.